What's good, YouTube? This your boy Dream Team Buddha coming to you with a quick and easy tutorial. I'm going to teach you how to make a great eye-catching YouTube thumbnail like this and like this, all in under 10 minutes. So you came to the right place. Let's get into this video. Let's load up Photoshop. Going to create a new file. Then you want to go to HDTV, which you can go to film and video and you can find that. You want to select the first one, which is the highest quality. Click on that, 1920 width, 1080 height, resolution, you want to put it to 150. I like to be in between 150 and 300. Let's put it to 150. Leave everything else the same. Make sure it say pixels right there. And let's just go. You want to create. All right, first thing you want to do, let's get rid of these guidelines. You really don't need these guidelines. I have it set that way, but we're going to get rid of them. Let's just get rid of the guidelines real quick. Boom. Boom, boom. All right, here we go. All right, so let's change this background to black. Let's go up to edit, the drop down menu, press fill. Once you press fill, you go into contents. As the menu is foreground, background, color, and all that stuff. The only thing you want to focus on is black. And if you wanted to change the color, you could just go into color. So let's go black. Click black, press OK, boom. Now it changed to black. Let's unlock that layer. All right, so now that we got our starting background, the color that we wanted, which is black, we're going to import all of our ingredients that we're going to use for this YouTube thumbnail. So you're going to go up to File, you're going to go up to Open, and you just pretty much want to find the file location that you saved all your ingredients in, which is mine is the YouTube tutorials, labeled YouTube tutorials. So we're going to go in there. As you can see, I got my Photoshop logo, I got my YouTube logo. If you need either of the logos, you can just go on to Google, just go on Google and just type in the name of the logo and PNG at the end of it. So you want to type in Photoshop PNG, YouTube PNG, and it's going to be a whole bunch of logos that's going to pop up. Pick the one that you like and you can just go from there. And then right here, you see my screenshot that I have of Photoshop because this tutorial that I'm doing is on Photoshop. So I had to screenshot my background. Also, I have my picture that I want to use for the tutorial. So, all right, so let's just put all these ingredients in there at one time. Here we go. All right, first thing I want to do is I want to cut myself out. So I'm going to go to the pen tool. It's over here on the left-hand side. You see it say pen tool. That's what you want to use. You don't have to actually be perfect, but you want to start from the bottom and you just want to work your way around. Just hitting the left click button all the way around the body. You don't have to be perfect with it. Just make sure you stay within the subject, so that way you don't go outside of the subject and you have less to clean up once you finish cutting your photo out. So just follow along. It's real simple and easy. There's other ways that you can do it, whereas though they select it for you, but because my picture's so dark, I'm going to cut it out manually so I don't have any issues. Okay, so before I go to the next step, I want to unlock the layer, which is on the right side over here. I want to press on that lock, and now the layer is unlocked. So now what I want to do is I want to right click on my picture, and I want to scroll down to the Make Selection. Once I click on Make Selection, you'll get Make Selection menu, and you want to make sure the feather radius is at 0 and leave everything else normal. So you want to press OK. Now that it has selected my picture, what you want to do is you want to select the background and not the subject. So how do you do that? You press Control Shift and I at the same time, which will flip it to the background. Now that my background is selected, what you want to do is you want to just pretty much delete it. So you just want to press backspace. Now my picture is pretty much cut out, and I'm going to deselect this layer by pressing Control D. Boom. So we're going to go to our background and we're going to import my picture on there. Let's just slide the picture on over. You want to pull the layer off the layer bar, and you want to make sure that you're not using the pen tool at this point. You want to go up to the move tool. Click on move tool. So you're going to slide my picture on over. Now that my picture's onto that background, we can slide this picture back up to the menu, because we're not going to delete it because we may have to go back. So you don't want to delete anything till the work is done. Okay. All right. So the first thing you want to do is, with this being on a black background, you want to edit the picture so that way it can be seen. So you want to go to camera raw, go to filter, the drop down menu, you want to go to camera raw. Here we go. Boom. Let it load up real quick. I'm trying to get through this as fast as possible. Okay, so as you can see, my picture is dark. Everybody's picture won't be the same. So I'm gonna bring the shadows up some. So you can see my picture. I'm gonna bring my contrast down because I like them to be dark. And I'm gonna bring my blacks up a little bit. And probably my exposure just a tad bit because I want myself to pop out. So I'm gonna go down to the curve tool right here. I'm gonna bring the bottom down and the highlights right here just so it can pop. You see how that pop? I want it to pop. Boom. Okay. Then I'm gonna go down to the texture and I'm gonna make my face smoother. So here we go right here at effects. You want to put the clarity down and then bring the texture down some. You see how my skin looks much smoother? Yeah, that's a little tip. All right, here we go. Okay. Now that has been lit up a little bit and you can see a little more, don't worry about that imperfection that's around my head. It's all good. So we're going to press Control T on your keyboard. And as you can see that we selected this layer, you want to, it should be a box around it once you select it. So let's just transform it. You're going to lift it up, make it bigger. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to press the check. And then now I'm going to move this layer over to the corner because I want it to go over at the corner. And we can readjust it as we go on. All right. So now over here in my layers, I'm going to click on the black background and I'm going to insert the Photoshop background. Here we are. I clicked on the menu up top. We're going to put this screenshot onto the Canva. Here we go. Boom. So now that it's behind them, we don't need this anymore. I deleted that, so we're going to just put this in place. Control T to transform. Slide that right behind it and see how that fit in there very well. That is perfect. Boom. So I don't want the background to be revealing like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to filter, the drop down menu. I'm going to go to blur and I'm going to go to Gaussian blur. Click on Gaussian blur and I want it around 5.2. So that way you can see the background, but not all the way. We're gonna press OK. And that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. So what I want to do is I want to make myself come off that background, stand out a little more. So I'm gonna go on my layer, click on my layer, and I'm gonna double click. And then I'm going to press drop shadow. Yes, sir. Just like that. You see 4, 16, 20, whatever you want to set it to, we're gonna leave it just like that. I might even put a glow on myself. Yeah, let's put the glow on there. We're gonna have a glow like that. Let's change it to like YouTube colors though, because it is YouTube. We're gonna leave it at the. Nah, let's keep it where it was at. Okay, cool. So boom, that's that. It's another way you can make a glow around your body, look more professional. But for the sake of this video, we're gonna keep it real simple. All right. So let's go to text. Matter of fact, let's stick right here to the background and let's put a gradient over the background so I can make my background a little darker. So we're gonna press on the adjustment tool and we're gonna go to gradient. And what that does is it fades the bottom out. You see, I like to make my background look seamless, okay? Because the wording and the images are the main thing. So what I want to do is I want to change this color up. I'm gonna click on the color tool and I'm gonna change to black. Yes, just like that. Just like that. Press OK. Boom. That's looking real good to me. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my background and I'm going to lower the opacity. So we're going to lower that down some. Yep, right about right there. That looks pretty good to me, but I want to still edit this background. So I'm going to go back right here to my adjustments, click on it, and I'm going to go to curves. So now that we're at curves, I am going to, let's go to the curve in the properties, and I'm going to do the same thing I did with my body. Here we go. I'm gonna darken it up a little bit, put a little pop on it because I wanted to stick out. Boom, just like that. That's pretty good to me. All right, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. All right, so next thing I want to do is let's get our text in here. All right, so I'm gonna click on new layer. Added a new layer right there, and we're gonna go to our text tool. It's the T symbol over here. Click on that, and then you're gonna double click on the Canva. Boom, there it is. All right, so we're gonna label this thumbnails in 10 minutes. So you're gonna type in with your text tool. You want to make sure you got cap locks on because you want everything to be bold, capitalized. Thumbnail. In 10 minutes. Yes, that look good, right? All right. So we're going to select this whole text. And what we're going to do is we're going to go over to character on your right hand side, and we're going to bring it a little closer with this top menu right here on the right hand side. You're just going to bring it back some. Scroll back, scroll back, scroll back. Boom, that looks real good. All right, so with that selected, we're going to just select the check button right here. And then what we want to do now is we want to Control T. Let's transform it. We're going to Control T, make it bigger, bring it over to this side over here, closer to my head. And then what I like to do is I like to wake it up a little bit. So I'm going to slant it to the left just a tad bit, just to make it a little more animated. Boom, that look real good. So let's press the move tool, move that layer over a little bit more. There we go. That look perfect. And I'm going to make me a little bigger. So let me make me a little bigger. And that'll be perfect right there. And I'm going to take the outer glow off too. All right, so that right there looks real good. Let's bring in the YouTube logo. We're going to slide this on over here. Boom, that looks real good. So we're going to bring the YouTube logo right there. We're going to minimize that, so we're going to transform it. And let's just drag it down some. Boom, that look about good right there. We're going to slide that about right now. And then we're going to go ahead and grab the Photoshop. And we're going to bring the Photoshop down, and we're going to slide that on too. Boom. Exit that. We don't need that no more. We're going to transform that. Control T. Bring that down a little bit more. Right there. Here we go. Yeah, it's looking real good, ain't it? Yes, sir. All right, so now that I got my icon set the way I want them set, that look real good right there. I can actually stop right there, but I'm going to take it to the next level. All right. So what I want to do is I want to put a stroke around each logo to make it stand out from the background. So we're going to do that. So I'm going to double click on that layer, and you want to go to stroke, and I'm going to, 10 looks good, but I'm going to drop it down to 8. Drop it down to 8. Boom. So I'm just going to right click this, press copy layer style, and then I'm going to go down to YouTube and press paste layer style. So that way you can you can take the effects and put it on to the next without having to do too much. All right. So now I'm loving what I'm seeing right now. That title looks like it stands out to me. Okay. So, but I want to do something with the background and with myself. So I'm going to do this little, I'm going to put some glow on myself so I can stand out from the background a little bit. So behind my layer, over top of this logo, I'm going to, matter of fact, let me label this Photoshop. We're going to say PS for Photoshop. And then we're going to go YT for YouTube. That way I can just label it so that way if I ever have to come back into this file, I can just know where all my layers are. So right over top of Photoshop, we're going to put on a new layer. And then we're going to go to the paintbrush right here on this side. It's a brush tool, but it's the paintbrush. Click on that, and we're going to make it bigger. Right? Let's make it about 200. Okay, so the color of YouTube in Photoshop is red and blue. So I'm going to put red on one side and blue on the other side. So what I need to do is click on this color down here, or you can do it up here. You can click on the color right here, and then you want to change it to that YouTube red. So you want to click, you want to just hover over that red and click right there. It'll automatically switch it for you. So boom. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint. I'm going to paint. Yeah, you see that? You see it? You see it, I see it, we see it. All right. So I like that. And it look a little wild for right now. That's cool. But let's do other side. Let's go blue. So we're gonna click on here, right here. Again, let's go Photoshop. Now Photoshop, we might have to do a little lighter because it's Photoshop. So let's just brighten it up just a tad bit to get it to that highlight looking color. Okay. So that's pretty good right there. And then we're gonna make it like this. Behind me. Oh, I'm gonna backtrack, Control Z, because I messed up. So here we go. Boom. Just like that. Just like that. So yeah, so now I'm glowing in the background. Yeah, look crazy, don't it? Yep, it's just something to make me stick out in the background. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower the opacity. So we're going to bring it down because I don't want it to stand out that much. I don't want to stand out that much. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the blend mode from normal to screen. Yep. So that looks good right there. Okay. So now what I want to do is I want to I'm pretty much done. I just pretty much want to clean up around it. So I'm going to do the same thing with a brush. I'm gonna go to the background, and what I want to do is right over top of gradient field, I want to click on new layer, and then I'm going to go to the brush, and I'm going to put some of that blue on that side over there. But I'm going to make my brush bigger. Make my brush bigger. You see that? You see that? Yep. So then I'm gonna go into the other side, and let's go back to color picker. I'm just playing around with it. You can do whatever you want with it. I'm gonna go to the right side, and we're gonna make this, yeah, stand out. Just like that. So now it's popping out. Yeah. That's pretty much it. It's not too much that you really gotta do. That's pretty much it. All you gotta do now is save it. So you wanna go up to File, and you wanna save it. You want to save it, and that's it. Once you save it to your destination, and then you export it. All right, so as you can see, it doesn't take much to make a YouTube thumbnail using Photoshop. All you have to do is follow the steps that I've shown you in the video, and you'll be like a pro. I know it may be a little tough early on, but once you get it, you'll get it. Repetition, practice makes perfect. So all you got to do is something that's simple, straight to the point, something that's going to grab the people's attention. And as soon as they see your thumbnail, that's going to make them want to click on your video. Even when they click on your video, you want to make sure it's something that they can learn from in your video. And with that being said, if this video served this purpose, if you've learned anything from this video, hit that like button. And if you like tutorials like this, hit the subscribe button for more tutorials, because I'm going to be dropping many, many more. So do me a favor. Down in the comments, I want you to drop tutorial ideas. If you want me to do a tutorial on something else that can actually help your channel grow, just drop it down in the comments, and I will love to help. Hit that sub button, turn the bell notification on, so that way you get these tutorials as soon as they drop. I appreciate y'all, and y'all stay blessed, man.